Hi everyone. What I wanted to do in this video was just take you through some of the changes that we've made in AdVenture from version 2.21 and higher, specifically those around the media buying screen. Now what we've done is we've streamlined the process of entering into the buying screen and tried to make it as easy for you to get your job done as possible. What you'll notice is when I've jumped into the buying screen here, we've removed the buying header window that used to come up, and now that functionality is just integrated into the screen itself. The first screen that appears here is what type of proposal would you like to open. So if you have a file that you want to open, we now have a couple of options in terms of opening and saving orders as well. My first option here is open a proposal from my computer, which is any file that you've saved before now, which is a .xml file. I can also import a proposal from an agency system. Specifically, this is tied to BCC's BMD system. So if you've got a file from that system that you want to open, either of their file type exports will work, and you can import a booking or a proposal from that system. Finally, we've got open an existing proposal, which is a new feature that we've added in AdVenture, which allows you to save to and open from the database itself. So you don't really need to save your proposals down to the computer anymore. What you can do now is just open or save that booking straight to the database. So if I just click on open existing proposal here, this is just going to come up with the list of bookings that I've created and saved into the system. And I can see the client that I've created it for, the product of that client, the start and end date of the booking, so where the spots are going to fall, how many spots are in the booking, the total value of that booking, and also my current status. Now my status here is saying reserved, which just means I've sent this booking into the database. When it's a status of sent, that means I've sent it off to my traffic system or to my BCC system. So I don't need to open an order to get started in the buying screen. If you want to create a booking from scratch, you can come up to the new tab here. This is going to open a very familiar screen, which looks a lot like the buying header. And I have the same functionality that I had in here before. I can tick on or off a station if I want to include that in my booking. And we've got a selection preview on the right hand side here, which is just going to show me exactly what I've selected in these tabs across the top. One change that we have made in version 2.21 and onwards is in the survey tab. You can now assign a survey by the number that survey was. So in the past, you've had to go through and say, okay, I want to assign the Sydney survey number 5 to all my Sydney stations. Now what I can do is just say, okay, I want to assign survey number 5, and regardless of the selections that I have in here in terms of stations, it will figure out which is the right survey to apply and apply it. So once I've made the selections that I want, I can just come up to my apply button in the top left hand corner, and that's going to load me into the buying screen, just as normal. Now the immediate change in here is that we've removed anything that would insert a duration or a station into the media buying screen. Now if at any time you want to change what stations or durations, what client you've got selected, any of that, you can come back up to this file tab that we've added. So if I just hit file here, it's going to bring me back to my buying header. I can tick on stations, so if I've got 3 AW selected here, if I want to add bookings to 101 for instance, I can just tick that on and hit apply. It's going to drop me back into the buying screen and load that station for me. So instead of having multiple ways of adding these things in, you now sort of have a home base under the file tab, and you can from there change any of the selections that you've got. Now, in this screen as well, we've got the save button here, and all the save functions have moved into here. You can save a proposal to your computer as normal, just the XML export that we've had in the past. You can also export the proposal out to BCC, and you can also now save the proposal to the database. So if I hit Save Proposal, it's going to drop it away and I'll be able to open it up from my open screen. Now the final tab that we have in here is the Print tab. And in here I can choose to print out my authority to broadcast document or my contract document, depending on what you've got configured. And I can choose to print out either my booked items only, my waitlist items only if I have access to waitlist items, and a combination of the two if I want. So you have those extra print functions in here as well. So those are the major changes in the media buying screen. Stay tuned, we're going to be creating a lot more videos just to take you through the different functions that we have in AdVenture. So stay tuned to this website. Thanks.